Hello guys, so today we're going to be doing the valid parenthesis question, which is number 20 on LeetCode. Given a string S containing just the characters, pretty much all the opening brackets, determine if the input string is valid. An input string is valid if opening brackets must be closed by the same type of brackets. Open brackets must be closed in the correct order. Every closed bracket has a corresponding opening bracket of the same type. Input S is equal to open and closing, true. Input S is equal to open, close, open, close, open, close, true. Input S is equal to open, wrong bracket, false, open, open, close, same bracket, close, same bracket, true. So if it's, okay. So the way we're gonna do this is if we get a string, for example, this one, any opening bracket that we get, we push into a stack. And then when we get a closing bracket, we pop the last item from the stack. And if it matches, we know it's true. If it doesn't, we return false. And then, for example, if there is two opening brackets, it won't return false as it will only push into the stack. So we only return true if the stack.length is 0, which means all the opening brackets have been popped. So they've all been pretty much matched with the closing bracket. So let me show you an example. So let's say the string is bracket this, yeah, these two opening brackets here. Then if we push them onto the stack, this is a stack, let's write here stack, it will be false, but will return true, because if we don't return, we will return false because we've said stack length is equal to 0, but initially return false. So if the string is, let's say it's this. In fact, let's just erase all of this. If the string is, it's not working. Let's say this bracket, curly brace bracket, and then curly brace bracket, and this bracket. So we'll do a for loop for each item in the string. Then we have a stack as well. Okay, and every time we get open bracket, so let's do for I is equal to 0 right now. When we get the opening bracket, we then push it onto the stack. So here. Then we go to the next one. I is equal to 1. Eraser. I is equal to 1, which is this. It's not opening bracket. We push it onto the stack. Then I is equal to 2. We got that. Now, 2 is a closing bracket, you see. So we pop the last item from the stack, which will be this. And as the brackets match, then we proceed. So now the stack will just be, oh, what's going on? Focus on. The stack would just be this. Just the open bracket there. Then we go to the next one, which is I is equal to 3. Which is another closing bracket. So we pop the last item from the stack as the brackets match. Then the stack is left with this. So if we return true, if stack length is 0 and stack is empty, it will return true. But let's get another example. Let's say that our stack, has got the wrong one. So as we go, we do the same thing. I is 0. Well, let's create a stack. I is 0. So that's the opening bracket, push onto the stack. Go to next. I is 1. That's another opening bracket. Push into the stack. Okay, I is 2. That's a closing bracket. So we pop from the stack, they match. So then we continue. I is 3. Now here's where the thing comes in. It's a closing bracket. So we pop this from the stack, the last one, and we check if the brackets match. The brackets do not match, as this is pairs. So we return false. Okay. So let's put this in code. Okay, so let's write the code. First thing we do is we create a stack, which is an empty stack. Then we loop through the string. So for let I is equal to 0, as long as I is smaller than the string length, then we increment I. Now, if the string letter is an opening bracket, we have to do it for each one. So string I is equal to curly brace bracket, or string I is equal to square bracket. Then we push onto the stack the letter, the bracket. Else, if the string is equal to a closing bracket and stack, so popping the last one from the stack, it's not equal to the same opening bracket version, then we return false. We repeat this for each closing brace bracket. So we do curly brace, square bracket, which have curly brace, square bracket. So if there is 2 opening brackets, then these will not trigger, so will not return false. That's why if we return true if stack.length is equal to 0, then it will pass with 2 curly brace brackets. Then we'll push them onto the stack. Stack will be 2 opening brackets. We will only push them onto the stack. It won't trigger the false statements, so the stack will not be empty. So if we return here stack.length is equal to 0, it will return false. So let's run the code. Let's see, it passes. Let's submit. Tag complexity is O of n, and space complexity is also O of n, as we store pretty much the stack and the string, and we only loop through the string. Perfect. As you can see, one of the fastest solutions. Thanks for watching.